Okay, so let me add Kumbi. Thank you for joining. It promises to be very interesting. Where's my friend? Way back. Oh, Kumbi, where are you? Thanks so much for my. Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yay! Oh my God, I was like, I'm sending requests. What's going on?
I'm good, Kumbi. How you doing?
I'm fine, dear. How are you?
Very well, thank
Happy,
you.
happy Friday,
Happy
everyone.
Friday, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We're so excited to have you.
Guys, please share this video, share this live. This is my first live in like almost 6 months or so.
Mm.
It's exciting. Please share.
Very excited. I've had a live about a few weeks back when I had to educate a few women on how to manage their finances. You know, in Canada, it's crazy putting the funds and money together and still managing the home. You know, it's a lot of work. Some of us just giving ourselves in exchange for our family. So that's what we want to talk about today. We want to hear your experiences. It's not anything serious, like anything formal. We just want to hear your experiences, how you're managing your finances, how you're managing, your family's finances, and still being a super mom. I mean, some of us are losing ourselves trying to be there for our kids, for our partners, our husbands, our spouses. And we just want to hear from you so we can manage these things and find a solution to them if possible.
Okay, as she said, this is going to be very
Hmm.
laid back. Hi, Folashade.
Hello,
Guys,
I
please,
see
if you
you.
have questions, there's a little question box at the bottom of the live. Please add all your questions there. Happy Friday to everyone. As she said, I think I have here like 5 key points that I personally think that we've talked about and things that we should share among ourselves to just learn and be less guilty about raising kids and also about building wealth. So for me, one of the things that I have here with me is how we women pretend, we pretend that we can do everything and be everywhere all at once.
But it's killing us.
It is killing us
It is killing
because
us.
we're trying to operate like a full-time stay-at-home mom and also a full-time provider. That's not balancing. Like, being in this part of the world and even being in Nigeria, I've spoken to lots of women that are in Nigeria that is not, it doesn't make sense to, you know, not have negotiables with your children. Or what do you think?
Well, I think that in this part of the world, there's too much expectation, right? Back home in Nigeria, or from wherever home country we're coming from, we see our partners, husbands as providers, sole providers. I mean, if you ask some women here, they're going to tell you that they don't contribute a dime to the home. So their money is their money. And the man's money is our money. I made a video shot a few days back about it, you know. But when you come to Canada, when you come to the Western world, it is by obligation. I mean, nobody tells you that. You just sit by yourself and know that you have to be financially responsible in your home. You have to be. That's why here you cannot be a full-time stay-at-home mom doing
Mm-mm,
nothing.
mm-mm,
You
mm-mm.
cannot
No, you
because
can't. It's
you
not
can't.
possible.
Because the man or your partner or whoever it is going to be overloaded with so much to cater for. And then if you now have kids, those little things that your kids need. Oh, pizza time. We want this. We want that. The man may not be able to attend to all of those things because in his head, he's thinking about, the rent, the mortgage, the car insurance, and all of that. So sometimes in the process of providing those things for our family, we lose ourselves. Women
Mm-hmm,
are emotional being and
mm-hmm,
we tilt towards our emotions a lot. I
mm-hmm,
am guilty. I mean, sometimes we pretend that everything is okay when we
mm-hmm.
we stand in and foot the bills and do things that we expect our partners to do, right? And then we lose ourselves. But you see, that's why we're here today. We want to just talk and see how we can get that resolved. Don't be part
Yeah.
of those people who, if it's hurting you, it's hurting. If I can't do it, I can't do it. You
Mm-hmm,
can sit the kids down and explain to them,
mm-hmm,
for those who are
mm-hmm.
grown up and for those
And I
who
think
are. Go ahead.
Girl. And I think when it comes to the kids, it's important for you to pick your non-negotiables, the non-negotiable things that you will do with your kids. It's non-negotiable. Every Friday we will do movie night. It's non-negotiable. Every Thursday we will do this. It's non-negotiable. And then you can build the rest of your schedule around the life you've already created. That way it doesn't become, oh, you're feeling guilty that you're not present while you're trying to build the life that you want for yourself. Because if everything is a priority, nothing is. You know?
Yeah, I see what I see. Social prefect, she's saying that she believes it's possible. It just depends on the financial capacity of the man. I have met men in Canada that even pay their wife's salary. Odogu, I mean, there are plenty, honestly, they are. And trust me, I'm of the opinion that even if you're in that position, some of us are, even if you're in that position, still be financially responsible and don't get overwhelmed. Still do your bit. There are
I mean,
men in
like,
this life, let me tell you something. A man respects you more when you are financially responsible. It doesn't matter how much you're dropping, even if it's just buying gas in the
even
car,
if it's his own money,
even if it is his own money he has
because
given
you
to
need to
you.
own the fact that money is part of how you protect your family. So even when he's the one giving you the money, you still have to be responsible. You still have to know how, like, places to put the money in to multiply, as and this goes by different ways, different people with different scenarios. And this might not be for everybody, right? This might not be speaking directly to everybody. But in a situation whereby the man is giving that money better be multiplying. Because
Well, yeah, that's the thing that some women don't know. So even if you're being given money or being paid salary, or your a husband just places you in the achalugo level, the thing is that you can as well, just like Kumbi said, you can as well use that money and give back. All they want to see is that something is coming out from your pocket. At least I met a man today while I was having the client meeting. He said, I like to take care of my women. I don't like my woman doing anything. It's in this Canada. Oh. I don't like her doing anything. And that's because I want to feel responsible and take care of her. And he then said something that, if you allow the woman do some spending at home, it kind of reduces the way the woman wants the man. So I don't know what school of thought is that, but I believe that I mean this is a real
African man
conversation
school of
today.
thought.
Yes. African, and I
African
hailed
man,
him.
school
I
of
hailed him.
thought.
I said you're an Igbo man.
Odogu, well
Yeah, he's
done.
an Igbo man. And very honestly, the Igbos, that's the way they feel. They kind of feel, their ego is massaged when they take full responsibility, even when it's choking them, right? But they want to see that they are top, they are the head of the home, they're taking charge and all that.
But
Even,
we
so
also need to
even
look at need to look at things in this way too, right? Even though you get the money, legacy is built by multiplying, you know. So you can have the money, you can have the money right now, but at the end of the day, as a woman, you need to push financially so that your family would not eventually pay for it at the end of the day. And when I mean your family, look at the next 4 generations. What are you setting ahead for them? Right? Because at the end of the day, we're talking about how, okay, he has, but what is he thinking? Are you going to be the pillar that holds everything together, that that invests, that put the money in the right places, that advises him, that guides, like, bring in like little guidance when it comes to financial? Because again, not all money is money you have to work hard for. So money just sit down there and multiply while you're sleeping. So you can
okay.
still, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
I think that's where, talking about investing comes in. I'm just taking it bit by bit. First off, let's get the fact right that women have to be financially responsible. I'm a big advocate for it. No matter how much your man earns, no matter how much he has, you
mm-hmm,
have something doing that you can contribute and build from. Now, when it talks when we come back to investing, or you know channeling that money to provide a safety net for the family, a financial safety net for the family, then you can begin to talk about investing the money. What platforms do I use? How do I grow this money? I know some people here who do the Isusu thing. I mean, the Ajo, right? They
hey,
kind of, yeah.
nonsense. What kind of play is that? What kind
Yeah,
of play
I've heard
is
it, but
that?
I've not done it. I've not
I
done
want
it.
to hear it. What kind of play is that? That is not right.
They do.
That is
They,
waste. That is complete waste. It doesn't
they
make any
do.
sense.
Now, just like Kumbi have said, what we are meant to do, or what we've been positioned to do as women, is build the home. And building involves everything. It involves emotional support, financial support.
Mhm,
It has to be, you have to completely touch all grounds,
mhm,
right? So, in terms of money, which is what we're particularly talking about today, I think that after the woman has got something doing for herself and being able to contribute financially into the home, they also should have a means to protect this money, build this money. They should be in a position where the man can trust them. I mean, my man can go to sleep and know that I can handle some bills. My man can go to sleep and know that my wife is making good use of the money I have placed in her hands, or the money she's got. Just having that financial sense, it's so big. I know there are women who are carried away. When you come to this part of the world, you kind of get carried away with, living the life in quote. Sometimes you squander funds. We put money into where we're not supposed to put the money into, because the man is providing. So being financially responsible, channeling the funds to areas where it will multiply while we sleep, as we always say, is very key.
And can
Um,
we stop apologizing for ambition, as women? Stop
how do you mean?
feeling. So what I mean is that, when we think, as a mother, I can't do this and do that. I can't be financially uh responsible, or I can't have a $1 million business or a $1 million career and also be a mom and not feel guilty. Like, stop apologizing for being ambitious. Like, you need to walk around, what does your time look like? You know, how much do you dedicate towards? Because when we're thinking about we can talk about the money part, but there's also the guilt part too, that comes to why most women don't want to earn as much, or they want to be dependent on men, or everyone has different reasons around. Some even believe if I invest money, then my husband might want to look into it, or I gotta not say how much I make.
I
All those
mean,
different beliefs that is just all over the place. I categorize all of that as women. We need to be unapologetic about our goals, like what we want to achieve. Like, you need to fly high to how much. It doesn't matter how the level of your ambitions, like, just keep going. Like, and again, of course, there are men that support their women, and there are men that do not support their women to fly. But at the same time, we're talking about women in general, right?
okay.
Yeah.
So I see Nee Hopes. She dropped a comment and she says that men that give genuinely don't expect anything in return. That's her thoughts. Look, this thing is perspective. Trust me. I also believe that we would not take people for granted, right? If I have a man who gives me everything as it is and does not expect anything, I mean, from your own understanding, you're thinking he does not expect anything. But that little contribution, that little act of kindness that, you know what, this week I want to take charge of the gas in the cars. I'm going to fill that up. Just do something financially responsible that that just makes them look at you and like, you know what, I know I don't need anything from this woman. I mean, so it seems, but she has taken out her time to do this for me. And that brings us to the
My
to the
dear
this
sister, if he's not looking for anything from you, what about be financially strong for your children's future, right?
exactly.
What
Just
about
show
that?
something.
What
Just
about,
show
even if
something.
you don't have to buy the gas because he will fill up the gas himself? You
Mm-hmm,
don't have to buy the groceries. Instacart has already delivered it to the house. You
mm-hmm.
don't have to do anything. In fact, you don't have to clean. You don't have to cook. You don't have to. What about putting that money into something that grows for your children? Even if he has something already, it's never too much. There's nothing like, oh, we've put too much money aside, we are growing too much money, we don't want to grow. As Africans, we know we are not in Canada to pick change. We're not there to pick, like, we're here. Everyone that comes into a foreign country from Africa come for a reason. It's not for joke. We're not Canadians that, well, Caucasians that laid back and this is it and this is it. They don't follow the next step. Like, you sit in the midst of bunch of people, and maybe there's like three Nigerians there, for example. I'm going to speak for the people that I know. And then they asked, how many people have a bachelor's degree? All the Nigerians. How many people have a master's degree? All the Nigerians. How many people have, and like, we're ambitious people. We don't just start and then get to a certain place and say, oh, that's it. Like, we keep growing, we keep multiplying, we want more. Like, it does not end at, okay, I can now pay all my bills, I now have a little bit of change, and that's it. That's not who God created us to be, at least for the most Nigerians that I've met and I've seen in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So can that woman put herself in a situation where, even if you're not lifting a finger, your
Mm-hmm.
money is lifting fingers for you?
I mean, like Cam said here, whether it's a man or a woman, you must be someone who is making money for yourself and investing. I always say that you are first a human before any attachment, before a husband, before a wife, before children. You're first a human. So if you are a human first, you will do all the things that make you human, that makes your life progress. Now, any other relationship that is with that you've attached yourself to is an addition. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
women must make money for themselves. I agree. You might have an Odogu husband, a husband or a partner who kind of handles all the bills for you and takes care of all the
O'Shea.
finances. Yeah, there are plenty. But you yourself, how do you feel as a woman? You don't have a dime to your name. You don't have any investments to your name. You don't have anything to you're not
And
doing
you can't
anything
tell what
financially in
tomorrow
the
is going
family.
to be.
I mean,
You can't tell if that odongo that is spending money and spoiling. You don't know if if okay. So here's the thing: if this man that is spending money and is not expecting anything from you is spending all of this money and is not and you are not investing the money or you're not doing something to add to multiply the money, then he's probably not doing the same. You can't tell what tomorrow is going to look like. Like if anything happens to him today, that man that is putting everything based off what you just said, like you don't have anything in your name. You don't
nothing
have
to your
like
name. I
you
mean,
don't want you don't want to go fund me your baby girl lifestyle. Like, God
see,
no.
there are some women who came from home who still have that mentality. They still feel that everything about money should be on their husband, spouse, or partners. It should be in their hands. And
Yeah,
I find
that's a
that
lie.
really,
That's
yeah,
a
I
lie
find
that
that
is holding
really,
you back.
I find that really, really not nice, not pleasant. Because why you? I mean, if your husband is not there on your own, can't you do something
Can't
that
you provide
can't you
security?
I mean, there are situations I have seen firsthand where the man lost his job. He lost his job. He didn't have a job for over a year. And the woman stepped in and nobody heard about it. How did we hear? It's from the man. He was giving testimony in church and he said if it was not his wife, that he probably would have been dead because he was almost going into depression and losing himself. He had high blood pressure, all of those things just crept in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But that his wife stood and nobody, like when they go out in public, and people ask them, "Oh, how are you doing? Yeah, your husband is really trying, He's giving all the glory to the man. He's giving all the praise to the man. But meanwhile, in the house, she was the one footing the bills to the last kobo, So if you find yourself in that kind of situation, sometimes I know that some relationships that women are in do not permit them to, because when I did a survey about asking if you combine your resources together in the family or if you run a joint account or, if you just plan your finances with your partner, some people said, I don't plan anything with anybody. I have my own money and I do it myself. It then brings me to, think that if someone is a worthy partner to you, why are you not sharing your finances with the person? Why are you not sitting down with this person and say, what are we investing in? Even if you have your own money. I mean, but as a family coming together for the sake of your kids or your family's future and planning ahead and saying, what are we doing? Where are we investing in this money? Why should we max out our TFSA? Should we plan for our retirement? Because these kids, they will go their way when they grow up. Should we, what investment platform should we put our money into? Pool resources together. That is what an ideal family should be. Forget any dysfunctional family. An ideal family with a responsible wife who is financially responsible and a man who knows his place as the head of the home. They will sit down. Again, it doesn't matter what percentage whoever is bringing. There are homes that the woman earns more than the man. In this Canada, especially, sometimes the woman is earning more than the man. This is where you're going to be having a lot of understanding and conversations going on. The point we're making here today is, as a woman, be financially responsible.
Yes,
Have
you
your
guys are
own
trying
money.
to take our point from being guilty because it's not every woman. So what we're talking about, if we look at women in general, maybe 5% is who we are earning on right now. Be financial, somebody is giving you money and then be financially responsible with that money. Not all women are in that shoes. Like, not all women are in a place where a man is giving them money. And
Exactly.
the the big part of it here is that if a man is giving you money as a woman, good for you. That's great. But now let's go into women, guilt, money, and children, raising children in this part of the world. All of that because there are married women that are glorified single mothers. There are single
True.
mothers that are literally running on survival every day. And there are married women that their finances, their husband has no clue. or there are men that their wife has no idea. They don't do budgeting, they don't do nothing. Anything that's, if I want to mention finance in their ears like this, they both walked away.
And that's a big issue. I mean, it causes, if you sit down and analyze why couples break or why there's divorce or
Most of,
separation,
yeah,
it's money.
80% of it is
80%
money.
is money. So
80% of it
the
is
more we
money.
keep shying away from these things, the more hurt it causes us in the society. And that's why we decided to put this live together. We want to hear your experiences. You know, you might give a scenario. We just want to know what people are going through in the family so that we as women, I mean, we're coming from the women part now. We are not biased. I'm a woman, Kumbi is a woman at least. We're not biased. We're saying it as it is. That as women, don't feel guilty, first of all, for financially providing the family. That's the, in fact, when God says two people should become one, let me go spiritual, but when God says two people should become one, it means that our resources are going to be one, our planning is going to be one. We're going to invest together. We're going to put our heads together. We're going to work towards the goal of the family. Now, when you find yourself in a position where you're providing in whatever level, whether it's being taking care of the kids or just giving a helping hand here and there in the family, you should not feel guilty about it. You should not lose yourself to it. I mean, I'm all about, look good, take care of yourself, but still do your bit. You must have a balance, right? There must be a balance towards these things. So if you are the neck to support the head, of course, of course. Bonnie hopes, let me tell you something. Yeah, like Kumbi said, there are families where it's the other way around. It's the other way around. I mean, it's the woman that is providing for the man, and the man is sitting down in one place. I read something online today about a man who intentionally did not get a job in Canada because he felt that the jobs that he was getting were menial jobs. They were not up to the standard of jobs he was doing. And he was a bank area manager. So when he came to Canada, he didn't get that standard of job. So
So,
he sat down and wasn't doing anything. So the wife was the one who was busy hustling, taking all jobs, cleaning jobs, customer relations,
no
everything.
nonsense.
And he sat down to do nothing.
Mm.
So you see, Kumi, when you say women should not lose themselves, that kind of situation will
She
make a
has
woman,
lost
they'll- she
herself.
will be exhausted.
She
She will
has
not, and she
finished.
can't
She did
talk.
not just lose herself.
You
That's
know
why I
why
said
she
they are
can't talk? They will laugh
glorified
at her.
married women.
They will laugh at her if she talks. If she comes to her peers now, where her friends are, and she say, "I'm the one catering. My husband refused to work," or all those things. That's why you see when you go to all those private social media pages, you see women putting comments. My husband is this, that, anonymous. These are things that are really going on, and it's sad. It's sad. So if a man here is watching us, you spread the word to other men. Help our women. Help them get themselves. Help them build themselves. Women have lost themselves a lot here in Canada. You see some women, they don't they just leave themselves. No hair done, no nice clothes. It's not like they don't have the money. They have the money, but they are channeling these funds to other things in the family, just to carry the family along and just give them a happy face outside. It's a whole lot. So I think as we just go on, we just want to hear your opinions. We don't want to be the only ones talking here because there are too many experiences, and it's really sad. It's causing a lot in the family. And that's why we're addressing it today.
Okay, do we have anybody on that would like to join in and say something, one or two things, before we move on to the next question? Is there anybody on? I don't know if because I'm not even seeing any of the questions.
I'm seeing some.
Oh,
Please, if you're here, kindly just it's a conversational live. We're just the ones handling it, but we just need to hear from you because it's something that we thought out and said, no, there must be somebody talking about these things here in Canada. There must be a platform where we can talk about these things
mm,
and relay exactly what we are seeing, the experiences we've been hearing about, and just make these women feel at home. Don't be pressured. It's a whole lot. I totally agree. It's a whole lot. It can be a whole lot for us. But then let's talk about it and let's hear other women's experiences as to how these things are going.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I think that we should get into the next question of how do you move from survival thinking as a woman to a builder thinking? You know, survival thinking in the sense that 1 minute you want to build $1 million business, the next you're guilty of not being home enough for your children or home enough for your marriage or home enough. Like, how do you balance that? Like, what do you think? Like, how do you find yourself in a better situation from that survival thinking to a builder thinking?
I think it's just prioritizing what's important. Yeah. If you prioritize what's important, it will be easy to manage in the sense that, um, you're not throwing funds into frivolous things, things that the nice to haves, right? You're focusing on the must haves. In my family as a woman, these are the things that we need to have. These are the things that we need to do. For this month, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is the budget for the month. Are we following it to letter? Are we, you know, being strict about it? If you prioritize your finance, if you prioritize your expenditure, if you create a spreadsheet and a budget, it will guide you. You will move away from being a survivor in the family to being someone who is building a financial legacy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where, investing the funds that you have budgeted for investment comes in. So if I run a
And
budget in the house, right? Groceries, this is that. Now we're not talking about who owns the money. Let's say the money is our money, right? What amount is going for groceries? What's going for gas? What's going for the bills? What's going for rent, mortgage, whatever it is? Now, this is the money going in for savings and investment. And once you have allocated that funds, do not touch it. Lock it in. I mean, I know women were tempted to. When we see one fine dress on IG that they've posted, we're going ahead to to place order a wig that just came out. We want to buy, and that's where some men find it very difficult to trust some women with money because they feel they are not disciplined enough to manage the home. And what we're trying to do is just, how can we navigate these means and all of these channels to ensure that we as women, we're not just surviving in the family, we're not just leaving the financial responsibilities to the man to handle in terms of planning. We are also taking responsibility. We're budgeting, we're allocating funds, we are investing.
I think you're right. It's very important to budget, to invest, to allocate. But I think the most important part of it is your mindset. Um, Understanding, okay, this is my family. Where
Okay.
do I want to get my family to? What are my non-negotiables? What is my enough? So until a person decide that this is my real target, it would almost feel like you keep chasing ghosts. So what I mean by that is, you've made all this budget, but then you also need to allocate some money for you to live a life, for you to buy stuff, for you to feel like a person without the family in it, without the husband, without the children. So I believe that all of this comes with your mindset. Like, if your mindset is set to, I would have a builder thinking, not a survival thinking, then you're not constantly maxing out what you're making. You're finding yourself in a way that you have your your minimum. So what I mean by minimum is, this month, this is the minimum that I'm going to make, and it's not negotiable. So when you already have that, because when you're budgeting and you already have that in mind, you'll be able to allocate some money to that gives you that satisfaction, that self satisfaction of the things that you desire. You want to do your nails, you want to do your lashes, you want to buy a new purse that you've been eyeing and you're saving for. Like, all those things are valid. You should live a life that you want. But the only way you can live that life is to have a mindset of a builder. Because when you build, then you from that building, you know that you have a budget. From that building, you know you have investments. From that building, you can take care of yourself in real time. And you can set enough for yourself that this is my minimum. There's no way I'm going to go, like I'm going to make below this minimum in any time. So that means when it comes to making, I'm talking about the whole family now,
Mm-hmm.
like, this amount plus this amount, this is the minimum that this family is bringing in this month. And that mindset just carries you along to achieving the goals and things that you want to do in your family.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, right? I just want us to take this away in this life today. If there's nothing that you have picked from us, pick the fact that we're saying women should, one, be financially responsible in the home. It doesn't matter if they have a spouse or partner who takes care of the bills completely. Just do something. Number two, have an investment mindset. Be that woman who wants to multiply the funds in the house. I mean, all those things are cute. They are so they look masculine. They feel like it's a man's thing. But when a woman does it in the home, it gives her an edge. It earns her a respect for a good homo, right? For someone who adores or recognizes such gestures, right? And then again, third thing, do not lose yourself while trying to be not, right? It feels like women are being given too much to handle. We have money, we have kids, we have to look good ourselves, we have to just come out looking, like $1 billion. But we have a lot of problems back in the house. So we want you to balance the equation. As much as you're going to be financially responsible, helping your husband or helping your spouse, support them in investing and holding the family finances together. Be that woman that hold the finances of the house together. Don't be the squanderer, someone who money gets into the family, you're squandering it. It comes into your hand, you're throwing it out for different things that do not multiply or do not add value to yourself and to the family. I agree that while you're allocating funds every month, if that's how you budget your finances, there should be a part that says it's going to take care of you. I mean, the part for the me part, right? This amount is what I'm going to be keeping for myself, my nails, my hair, my whatever this month. That's why budgeting is very important. Don't just spend money because the money is coming in. Even if
Mhm.
you're the one making it, there should be a budget, there should be streamlines to how that money is going out and coming in. I can totally agree that you may not be able to track every dollar that leaves your account. Sometimes it's just, you know, impulse things that just happen and you spend money on. But with a structured budget, you are sure to be on track with your family's finance. I mean, for me, that's the wrap up here.
Absolutely. You are right. You're right. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
You have put it all out there. Um, my takeaway for you guys is that remember, builders always build, and survivors, no matter how much money you have, always end up with excuses.
That's true.
And
That's
so
completely true. I mean,
decide which one you want to be at the end of
I-
the day.
again, just like New Hope said, you know, just as she said, no matter what happens in this life, have your own money. Have your own money. Have your own money. You
Have your own
can
money. Please,
have
somebody
your
should carry
own
the microphone.
money. I
Have
mean,
your own
have your own
money.
money.
Woman, have your
Have
money.
your own money. You
Have
get
your own
why?
money. You get why,
Because
oh.
yes,
You
so
get why.
even as a man, if you're on this life, encourage your woman to
Your
have
woman
their
to
own
have their
money
own money.
because you cannot predict tomorrow.
You can't.
Things might happen to you
You
that you need your
can't.
woman to step in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've not built her financially, there's no way she can stand in for you and support you. It's
Yes.
also for your good. So while you're building yourself, also help build your woman, support her dreams. If your wife says,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I want to do in my life, this is what I think I can do to earn money, and you have looked at it, support it, push it for, look, women are loyal beings. Forget the ones that their brains are touching. Women, when they when they put their head down in a home, they are very loyal beings.
Mm,
And if you treat them well, you will get the best of them. Except
mm,
for there are exceptions, though. I'm just talking an ideal scenario, an ideal
yeah,
case. If you
yeah.
treat them well, if you help them build their dreams, if you help them structure the home because they can't do it alone, they will not lose themselves and they will be a
Mm,
strong pillar to you
mm.
and your home.
Yep, and if you want to feel less guilty about money, operate from intention
Mm-hmm.
instead of just vibes. That's just
Yes.
it. Instead of
I mean,
be intentional about your budget. Like be intentional about how you spend money. Be intentional about how you want to grow yourself. Be intentional about your goal. Like just be intentional. Don't vibe. Don't vibe everything because vibing things does not make you less guilty. It just makes you. I've seen someone that says, I bought that and I felt so guilty. I could not sleep all night. I had to go and why did you buy something and then go and return it? It's because you were in that mindset of let me just vibe and spend the money. And then you remember that you have spent your
and
money.
your man is somewhere watching you and
Watching
seeing how
you.
you're spending that money. That's why, even I want to say something, but I don't think I should say it. As you're spending that money, the man is watching you, is looking at you with one side eye, and you're thinking he's not saying it. He definitely is taking notes. The day that there will be fight in the house, he will mention it. He will say it. You spend money frivolously. You don't know how to save. You don't help me, structure our finances. You're just spending, spending, spending. You will hear it one day. So to avoid that embarrassment, let's just keep things within the frame, you know, and just be the women that we are expected to be.
Mm. And let your brain start strategizing.
Oh yeah, your brain has to be working. I mean, you were not married for children alone. For
Mhm.
some people who you were married
You're
to add
smarter than you
value.
think.
Yes, you were married to add value to whoever you
Mhm.
got married to. If
Yeah.
you're not adding value to a man's life,
You're not adding value or
uh
period to anything, to
honestly,
relationship, to friendship,
uh,
to people's life, to what are you adding?
if you're not adding value to a man's life, it's vice versa. But we're focusing on women because that's from where we're coming from, right? If you're not adding value in any way, you're just there. The man will get tired. At some point, he'll get tired. And when he gets tired, the problems start. So I
Yes.
know that we will explore other, topics around this. This is just our first live, and we want you to please tell others to join. We want to hear your opinions. It's not anything formal or, structured or, trying to put us in a box. This is a safe place where we need to express ourselves. Say you may not use yourself as an example, but just give us scenarios that you've seen or you've experienced, and that could help other women who get to watch this live after now.
Okay. Think it's a
Yes,
wrap. Do you
it
guys have
is.
any questions before we go? Or do you have any feedbacks? Or do you have any idea? Or is there something
Yeah.
you'd like us to add? Or as we're about to, or if you're rewatching this video, please, if you have anything you think we should talk about next, we're gonna be doing this often. We're gonna be spending Friday night, every other Friday night with you
We're going to
guys.
give it a name that is cozy, just something to make everyone relax and just feel at home. You can even be eating,
And feel
drinking, whatever
comfortable.
you're doing, just feel
Yeah, it's not
comfortable.
serious. We
It's
just want
a
to talk about.
non-judgmental platform. It's a
Mm,
non-judgmental
this is
life.
a safe space, okay?
Yes, we're
It's a
trying to
safe
just
space.
get women in together, especially the women living in Canada. We know some of our Nigerian folks will join, or from other part of the world, but we're particularly narrowing down the scenario to Canada, where we are living in right
Mhm.
now, and
Let's say
seeing
no.
how it
Let's say
is.
North America,
North
because
America. So
yeah,
the life here is completely
yeah,
different
there's
from
the
what we have
same.
back home. So
Mm-hmm.
we're just trying to
Completely,
navigate that path.
completely. All right. I think that's
Thank you,
everything for us.
everyone.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. We see all your
Love you.
contributions, and we hope that next Friday, if you have any feedbacks, any comments, any additions to how this should be structured, then just let us know. We're open to all of those suggestions and just making it better.
All right.
Okay.
Ciao, ciao.
Take care. Kumbi, take care. Good night.
Good night, baby.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.